Cheerio, bonjour, hello. So every time I start a video, I guess my computer starts or goes back to the photo thing. So I get ready to start and it says 3, 2, 1. And I get ready to say bonjour or cheerio. And it takes a picture of me. And I'm like, yeah, dumbass. Yeah, technology is not my thing. Okay, so if I had a theme song, here's what it would be. Ready? I'm happy to see you again. Bow, bow, bow. Happy 'cause you are my friend. Haven't seen you for a long, long time. Shoot-a-doop. Happy that you're doing fine. Okay, yeah, I'm totally gay. I get it. Okay, so I realize I haven't totally finished up the polygraph, but we all know what happened. He confessed. Ronnie tried to back him up, and they take him away. I actually will do a part 13 because there are some interesting tidbits that I've found. I've got them noted, but I told you a few days ago, I'm in La La Land on the mountain, no Wi-Fi. So I put on the Cheryl and Cadle book, which if I were a real YouTube creator, I'd edit that out right now, but I'm not. I'm a boomer. So I put on that Cadle book, the book that I called Forged, because the word plagiarized was not coming to my brain at that moment. And I had multiple people comment, plagiarize, that's the word you're looking for. Yes, it was. Thank you very much. So I put that book on, and I'm listening and chuckling to myself. But when she got to the comment that, and after a couple of years, they got married, I went, what the fuck? After 2 years. Yes, I guess 2 is technically a couple. But the way she says it, it doesn't make it sound like that. She wants you to think that they were together 3 or 4 years, and then they got engaged. And they weren't. And then that was the point that I said, oh my goodness, there are so many people who feel exactly the way I do. This woman absolutely did not deserve what she got. But she helped. Okay, so did you hear that little noise? That's my little time clock tracker saying, hey man, it's 8 o'clock. Why haven't you clocked in? I usually clock in an hour ago. Okay. I haven't gotten to the book yet. I'm close. I have a couple things I want to mention first. Does anyone else ever notice that they bring up, Ronnie had a little spat with cocaine. Apparently, right when Chris moved out, he got into cocaine for a little while. Once the family went to Chris and said, hey, Chris, you got to talk to Dad about it, he put it away very quickly. So that's why I call it a spat. However, Frank Ruzek spent 20 years as a fucking drunken alcoholic. And nobody ever brings that up. God bless the man for getting sober now. But does anyone ever think, hey, maybe that had something to do with why Shannon was a fucking nut job? Just a Quilter, hi. You comment quite a bit, and I appreciate that. And I feel like you've been around a while as well. But she thanks me for mentioning the Aspen trip. It's another thing in the documentary. Why do the documentaries ignore the fact that this family was in financial hardship bad? I mentioned it in a video or two ago. Someone commented, Shannon committed financial homicide on this family, and nobody ever brings it up. So she's planning an Aspen trip, one of those secret things. So you pay a certain amount of money and you have no idea where you're going. You can click that you want either a minimum 3-star, a minimum 4-star, or a minimum 5-star. From what I've read, she picked the 4-star, which I would do the same. Because, a day's end can be equated as a 3-star. But this woman booked this 4-star weekend, secret Aspen trip. She was being sued by her HOA, and she had the letter from her homeowners, or from her home, from Chase Bank, who owned her home, that on August 28th, you have to get the fuck out. It's not at August 28th we're going to start collection procedures. It was August 28th, get the fuck out. So she has her HOA suing her. The company that owns her home has told her to get the fuck out in another 17 days. Her fingernails are done, and she's booking trips to Aspen. And the average person doesn't understand why Chris was upset. He spent that 5 weeks figuring all this out. He probably got these credit card bills and started opening them up and realizing they were maxed out. And he's thinking, what the fuck? We paid all this off 3 years ago and we're already maxed out. And then, I've said this before, I wonder if he thought, what the fuck? Who is giving us credit? We've proved we can't control our spending. He talks, somebody says this, and I don't know if I'll get to it or not, but he says, oh, Shannon was an ace with money. What the fuck? No, she wasn't. Tammy even says, with that shell game, to pay what you have to pay. Okay, that's not being an ace with money. That's being poor money management. I've already said this. Frankie's doing live streams where you have to pay to comment. I've tried to... My girlfriend Maria told me about it. She sent me a few links, and honestly, I haven't checked into it. I had the fall last week where I wiped out on Saturday, and it was a bad fall. I told you, I tried to act really cool, and I lasted 50 or 70 seconds, and the tears are welling up. And then I went to pick something up, and this pain shot through my arm, and I was like, oh, fuck, I've broken my arm. And at that point, I just let it go, and I went to Cheryl, and I was like, I've hurt myself. So then I got the next day off, and I got to go to the trucker rally, which worked out well. But from a couple of people who have commented who have said they saw the Frankie live stream, they say he's looking gaunt and almost looking like he's on drugs again. And that's really, really sad. Remember, Frankie's trolls get on my videos and they tell me I have meth mouth. Meth mouth. That's a pimple. So I don't have any where I'm scabbing at my face and I'm not gaunt. Goodness. I do want to tell you that I get off on your comments. Thank you. Right below. It really does make me feel good. And just a friendly reminder that I guess Thrive cures lupus, right? If Thrive cured lupus one bit, my goodness, Thrive would be at the FDA saying, get us approved. We've cured lupus. My girl Cassandra had a friend the friend died, I don't remember, age 32 or 36, and she died of lupus complications. Shannon was, 35 when she died? Didn't see any lupus complications there. The autopsy also confirmed she did not have lupus. Fuck, man. You know what? God bless all the people who actually have lupus. Okay, so I'm going to get to the book. I'm only going to get to the book about this much. And then I'll get on the book on the next channel. And I promise in 2 days I'll have a new video. So I'm listening to all this beginning of this Sherilyn Cadle book. And this is the second book, the non-plagiarized book. And so I'm trying not to vomit through most of what she's saying. And she's talking about how she kept writing Chris. And I wrote Chris once. And I said, hey, your wife was a fucking dick. And I get why you killed her. You were an asshole too. But I get it. He didn't write me back. He also says he never wrote anybody back who only wrote him once. So maybe I should write him again. But her book, she had a calling from God. Okay. I am a very religious person. I pray a few times a day. I believe that my soul is in the fate of God. You had a calling to write this book? What the fuck? Okay, so I had a calling to do this channel. And in a roundabout way, I kind of did. I sat there, I've already told you this. I watched Plunder, and I can't remember any of the other people I watched. And I got all pissed off, because I'm like, hello, can you bring up reality? This woman was a fucking psychopath. I must have already passed it. I'm getting to it. But You had a calling? What was your calling? To call out women who don't take care of their children? I live in that world. I can't get into it, but the kids I watch... Anyway, okay. I find it funny that Chris has... he's gone to the Lord. He's reading scripture. Isn't it comical how many men who are sentenced to life in prison find the Lord? Do you remember in the Wisconsin interview when Tammy is talking about why does Shannon have no defensive wounds? And he says, well, I've read scripture and I wonder if she was thinking about the scripture that they know not what they do. Yeah, I'm sure that's what she was thinking. You got your hands around her neck. You're killing her. And she's thinking, forgive this man. He knows not what he do. Oh, fucking A. Come to the real world, Chris Watts. Good God. Back to the Wisconsin thing. I do think he tried to kill the girls first. I think someone who... I don't think he's a natural born killer. And I've done research. You tighten the airways, and 60 to 90 seconds, the person will kind of look like they're dead. But it actually takes about another 2 to 3 minutes to actually make that person dead. So they're unconscious and they appear dead. And I'm going to guess as a novice murderer that he did that. When he makes the comments about the girls starting to walk around and they looked beat up, well, that makes sense also from what I've read. Someone who has their air choked off for a little amount of time to where they become unconscious and then they come back to life, that is the way they're going to act. They're going to look beat up. They're going to appear beat up, walking around almost a little drunk. Obviously, they're not. But their blood is now just starting to circulate again. It takes a couple of minutes for your body to start functioning. So when he described the way the girls acted, that made me think that, yes, he actually did. I'd love to know what you guys think. But I completely believe he tried to kill the kids first and then went and had the talk. Oh, do you notice that in that first night in the interview with Graham, he says, yeah, if people knew we had marital discord, they would be concerned. Okay, what do you mean if people knew? You fucking told everybody Tuesday on the porch that you had an uncomfortable conversation, you fucking dumbass. Do you not have a hard time calling this dude a dumbass the entire time? Now Sherilyn has gone on. I started writing marks and I got to 3 and I stopped. These 3 sentences at least about what a great mom she was. Fucking A, no she wasn't. She posted evidence of her poor mothering. Do you remember the Christmas video? If I knew how to edit video, I'd put that snippet in here where she's got 2 kids screaming in the background and she's bitching about being a single parent. How can she do it? And that is not good mothering. When your child gives you a Mother's Day gift and you think it's the ugliest thing you've ever seen, you act like you love it. But then you take a second and you go, wait, my kid made this for me. I do love it. It's not ugly. It's something my child made for me. But in my world, that doesn't happen. The mom last year actually took the Mother's Day gifts, gave them back to the boys and said, I don't want them. Okay. I'm going to shut this down with this last comment. And I do want your thoughts. Does anyone else think that NK was involved? I absolutely do not. Not even a little. I listened to her interviews. You know that her voice fucking drives me nuts. Hi, I'm Nikki. But she wanted first. She didn't say anything like, kill your kids so I can have first. Because she's not a dumb woman. She knows that if he kills his kids so that he can experience those first with her, he's not actually experienced those first. She knows that. So that's not what she was asking. God bless America. I'm upset. I'm annoyed. This case upsets me because 95% of the world does not acknowledge this man was a fucking abused man. Please hit like, hit subscribe. If you're still watching right now, I'm shocked. If you're still watching, you get to see my cutie. And oh, that's only Rudy. There's Oscar. Oscar, right there. Okay. Hit like, hit subscribe. God bless America. Oh, I can't hit stop.